Google seems to hate Europe for some reason, which makes me feel kind of sad. So Google's next Pixel 7 and 7 Pro phones are launching in the near future, so we are also getting quite a few leaks about the devices. And one of them is that they will include the same limited storage options for the European market. You see, in the US, for example, you're able to get a 256 gig version of the Pixel 6 and a 512 gig version of the Pixel 6 Pro. Whereas here in the EU, those top storage capacities are just not available. Just like you are not available to be anything else but the best if you're following this channel and receiving the freshest of the tech news. So the Pixel 7 could be limited to just 128 gigabytes without any expandable storage in 2022. So I guess all of us should just get stuck paying for Google's cloud storage for the rest of our miserable existence. Oh, why Google, why you must treat us this way? So I'm just gonna go quickly into it and why is just so annoying. Now, a lot of people will argue you don't need that much storage on your phone because you have cloud solutions, but the thing is, I don't want to have cloud solutions. I already have some cloud storage because it's convenient. I don't want to have everything backed up to cloud storage, you know, mostly because the thing is, it's not really your data. There have been stories about Google, you know, I mean, it's well known, Google says it themselves, they scan, for instance, your photos and videos in your Google Photos. I mean, how else, you know, would you be able to make a feature where you can just search for a name and it will give you all the videos and photos of that person? And recently, I've also covered a story about how a dad took some inappropriate photos of their kid, and then because he needed to do that during COVID to send those photos to the doctor to see like what would happen, and Google just locked his account, and I believe they also reported him to authorities, although I'm not exactly sure. But you know, it's that sort of stuff that can happen in this sort of a world. So I would personally just have my own storage. I would personally rather not have a subscription that I have to pay for, and who knows, maybe I forget to pay, or maybe I can't pay it at some point and my data just gets deleted, which is just not great. And I wouldn't be that mad if the storage options were so ridiculous. I think that 256 gig is a pretty fair, nice amount of storage, but 128 gigabytes in 2022 with all the apps that we use, with cameras having such high resolution, such high bitrate within smartphones, this is just, it's just not enough, and it's just going to be very annoying. You know, you have 128 gigabytes, and if you actually take photos and videos semi-frequently, you are constantly going to have to be offloading all of that, and then, you know, deleting it, which I don't like. And that is especially bad because we don't get a micro SD card. You know, that is a big reason why my Galaxy S8 is still a great phone at this point. It has 64 gigs of built-in storage, which doesn't really matter because I have 256 gigs of extra storage through the micro SD card, which is really nice because I mean, it's so wonderful. You know, you're just recording something and you just have everything on a micro SD card. It can also be very interesting for situations where something might happen to your phone. For instance, if you break your phone, you drop it on the bottom of the ocean, maybe your battery explodes or something awful like that, it's going to be a lot easier to get data off of the micro SD card that you can just sort of take out and get the data off of it, than actually going in trying to recover all the data off of the actual chips in the, you know, you're actually going to need a proper data recovery expert for something like that, and it's going to be way more expensive. Not so recent thing, but a situation that I saw was with Louis Rossmann, for example. He had a phone with a micro SD card. He was on an electric bike. That electric bike caught fire. His phone was on the electric bike and it basically burned to death. But the thing that happened is that the micro SD card was actually okay. He was able to get it out and get all of his data off of it. So it's just very nice. I would really love to have micro SD cards again, especially because at this point they're just so cheap for the amount of storage they offer. You know, you can get 128 gig micro SD cards for like $10 on sale sometimes. So it's really wonderful. Plus, if you're planning to use your smartphone for a long time, you can just do all of your heavy video recording and stuff like that on the micro SD card, so that you're actually wearing out the SD card instead of wearing out your storage within your phone that you won't be able to replace. So I just, this just makes me not want to go for the Pixel 7 at all if I was buying a new phone. Because unfortunately I don't want to go for the Pro version because that's just too expensive. So the Pixel 7 would be sort of what I'd be interested in, but 128 gigs is just ridiculous at this point. I don't like it, but companies obviously got rid of micro SD cards to add in some more useless features that you don't care about and to sort of push you towards cloud storage. Buy some cloud storage, give us that monthly revenue and give us all of your data, because we will take good care of it, and you should trust us.